So my name is Emiljano Babaramo. I'm the face of HP Kennel channel in YouTube. My profession is an animal doctor. I've studied livestock, guardian dogs, and livestock for almost more than 10 years. My background is veterinarian, like I said, and I was a livestock specialist here in Albanian government. So I've studied farm animals a lot, and especially the livestock guardian dog, which are my passion. So this including livestock guardian dog in two continents, which they almost originate. So in Asia and in Europe, Eurasia. So that's why. Uh, so you can ask some questions about the origins of some livestock guardian dog, the history, the genetics. So I'm ready to answer.
Yeah. What can you take us back to where your passion for animals
So
and
the
dogs
patient
came
start.
from, and what
Okay.
made you pursue?
So the patient start when I was kid, because my family from both sides they were shepherd, so they breed livestock, but extensive livestock. It's like that. So my passion started when I go in village and when I saw the livestock, the animals come back from the mountain, and I was fascinated about livestock guardian dog, huge, powerful. And you have to understand that when you are kids, everything gets impressive because things looks bigger. And really, they are big dog. They are not small. That's why. And the story of my grandparents tell about story of them how they protect against predator like wolf, bear. So this fascinated me a lot. This is how it starts. So start when I was child and when I go in village. That's where how it starts.
And what kind of dogs did you see as a
Uh,
kid? And what kind
So
of dogs were they
they
running
were
with?
Aboriginal mountain dog of this territory of Balkan. So you can find those Aboriginal mountain dog in Albania, in Greece, Romania, Serbia, uh, Montenegro, Macedonia, Bulgaria. You can find those typical dogs. If you go further, it's in South Caucasus and in North Caucasus too. You can find very similar dogs. They are not exactly a standard breed. They are Landrace dog. So they show different characteristic to dogs. Uh, they have those stereotypes on them which make them special. They are not like a standard breed. They show variety between them. That's why was powerful dog, big, 50 to 60 kilogram. They can go a little bit less, they can go a little bit heavier, but this is the best size for the livestock, 50 to 60, no more heavy. Especially for the harsh terrain of mountain, those dogs cannot go heavy because they're gonna go get tired, slow down, and you have to understand that goats, for example, moves a lot when they graze. They are not like sheep, so the dogs must be athletic too. The characteristic of them, uh, they have a double coat, harsh hair. That's the characteristic of them, and dry body. It's not with the too much loosey skin, with a dull up. They don't have those. They are sharper though. The anatomy is perfect. They don't have any problems with anatomy. If you say, uh, if you go in some breed, for example, like German Shepherd that has problem with high dysplasia or something like that, those Aboriginal doesn't have those problems. They are very strong. They have natural immunity because they are breed and raised in nature. This is characteristic of them, traits of them. Those it's specific of them. They are very, very solid dog in immunity. because in a natural, the stronger will survive. Uh, what's make them a problem is because breeding. They don't have a controlled breeding. So sometimes in the meeting season, those dogs sometimes go and mix with wolves too. We have a lot of cases and even the footage by people. You're going to see in Anatolia the same. You're going to see in Kafkas. So in the meeting season, in the season of reproduction, when the heat season is, dogs sometimes go to the wolf female or wolf male come to the dog female. So they share genetic of the wolf, like 10% or something like that. So sometimes they are not full-time enemy. That's why they the one of the best traits of them is easy adaptive in the difficult situation. Very, very easy adaptive in a difficult situation. They are not like a police dog. So you have to understand this. They are not like a police dog. They are like architect of livestock. They adapt in situation, they react fast. They are not dog that they're gonna follow every order that the shepherdman or the owner will give. No. They lead by the instinct. That's why. They are very independent dogs. If a stranger will come, they're gonna see with doubt. They cannot come close immediately. Sometimes they are aggressive, so not everybody can come close to the livestock because there is their duty to protect the livestock from predator, from wild animals, and from people too. So you have to keep distance with those dogs. Not like the Westerners do by go touch every dog. You should not touch every dog that you see. Even Labrador, even a Husky. People don't understand. It's not your dog. How you gonna go and touch? Dogs can be unpredictable at this moment. Or you touch in the worst place. You touch in face, touch and you irritate the dog. The accident can happen. And with this dog, the accident easily happen, but they have good stuff that they warn you before you come. They give signal, so don't come close. Uh, what else? They have a good smell, sense of smell. So they sense the predator in distance. Usually, the dog direct the snow to the air, and they smell there. When they smell there, and they see the presence of other animals, maybe other livestock animal or a wild animal, they react immediately, and they are very, very uh, cooperating pack, similar to wolf, not as organized as a wolf, no doubt about it. Wolf is one of the best organized pack, but they have very good organized. So we have a alpha, female, alpha, male. The toughest dogs stay usually in the middle of the livestock, in the middle of the livestock, or sometimes in the head of the livestock, behind the lives, in the back of the livestock. Stay usually young dogs, old dogs, junior, or the one that pretend to replace the tough dogs. So they organize well. Usually the fearful dog bark first when they sense the dangers, when they sense the threat. And after all the pack organize and prepare to study where is the attack. It's not easy, especially with wolf. Wolves are very smart. Wolf trigger the dog a lot. It's more easy to deal with a bear than with a wolf pack. Wolf pack is very dangerous. Sometimes they trigger the dogs, they set them up, and they kill. It doesn't matter how strong it will be the dog. If there is will be a wolf pack, the chances are very low for the dog to survive. They have good fighting skills, very good fighting skills. Not everybody, for sure. That's why we have the wolf hound or wolf crusher test. We select the best male dog, the best male dog that have the trait and potential to be. Okay, let me tell you how to train a puppy. Training a puppy. Usually, the shepherd never take a puppy at least when they are 6 months old to go in livestock. They let the puppy and race with the baby goats, with the baby lamb. They race together, but in separate box because sometimes puppy play a little bit hard. That's why. So they race with them. And after, when the puppy goes 5, 6 months old, they release because even in livestock they cannot let puppy because farm animal can injure them. Sheep, goats can attack them. That's why it's very important not to let with large animals, but with small animals, but to raise in the same place. So they have to adapt with those animals. Sometimes people put baby goats and the puppy of livestock guardian dog together, but they see we have see them that they attack a little bit harder when they try to play, but play a little bit harder. In that moment, the shepherd be a little bit more firm, grab from the skin, and show so this playful. It's not correct. So yell sometimes to them to show them that they are doing mistake, but they are still puppies. So better is to let them in the same place, in farm, in separate box, which are nearby each other, but they don't have the chance to go infiltrate each other's in playground. And when they go, when they puppy are raised to 6 months old and maybe more, they let together with large group of adult livestock guardian dog. And the dog will teach them if they do mistake, the large dog attack, but not firmly attack. Attack just to show that this is mistake, show them the place they have. Because junior make mistakes are like teenager in human. They think they know a lot of stuff, but in fact they don't know. That's why. And they have instinct of guardian. They are in their blood. The instinct how to guard the livestock. It's not so difficult. They adapt fast with livestock. Yes, if the dog are raised in kennel for generation after generation, those dogs lose the instinct of being good livestock guardian dog because the environment change, everything change, and they start to lose those instinct. That's why it's very important. The good puppy come from livestock, and we see the parent. How good are the parent? We choose puppy from them. If the parents are not good, this is called the animal husbandry or breeding. So we select those. That's why. Look, Armenian Camper, Nagasi, Good Bazaar. Those are local name. Local name for landrace dogs. They are not standard breed. You have to understand that. They are not standard breed. Here, for example, in Albania, we call Molos of Epirus, which Molos of Epirus we have in some different sources, but actually we don't know those dogs. They talk about the origin of them, the Mount of Pind. Here, I'm very close of Mount of Pind because right now I'm in Molosia, old Molosia territory. Old Molosia territory. Uh, and I have sold those dogs. Yes, they change a lot. They are just Aboriginal. Some of them are mixed, are not because you have to understand. So they interbreed with other dogs. That's why only few people has those old line. There is no pure for sure. People can say those are pure. No, they are not pure. They share genetic with other dogs too. for sure. And for example, the Landrace dog here in Albania, in Kosovo, and other places, they are the same that you can find in the Black Sea territory, like Armenia, Georgia, Azerbaijan, North Caucasus. They share genetic with them. Even the traits, phenotypes, physical traits, they share it very similarity. You're gonna see some of them are like twin, even with the dog in Central Asia, because the origin of them came from Central Asia, came from Caucasus, came from Anatolia, in those territories and spread. So there are two theory of immigration from the ancient farmer of Anatolia to the Balkan, from the Danube road to the Balkan, and after in East Europe, in the West Europe. So those are, and another line was the line from Caucasus, North Caucasus. They come, but both lines, I think it's Anatolian line, farmer of Anatolian, because they brought those culture, agriculture, and everything. It's basically generated in Anatolia. Even the domestication of animals, farm animals, originate in Anatolia. Horses, goat, and every of them, sheep, they are domesticated in Anatolia. So to have those dogs, only the farmer need those dogs because you need for protection. That's why people try, but if you ask shepherd or every mm, dog breeder or animal specialist, for example, I'm gonna choose Armenia or I can choose Georgia. They're both countries that are located in the south part of Caucasian mountain range. Uh, they are not really a standard breed because if you call them Armenian Gumber, they are referring to the landrace dog of those territory. They're gonna find short hair, you're gonna find long hair, depend when they are active. That's why. So the same dog you're gonna find in Balkan, short hair, or we can call normal hair and long hair, or the Highlander, which perform in the highland, in Alp, in the high mountain. That's why. So if you want to create breed, you're gonna destroy the characteristic of the landrace dog, which are the different variety of color, of hair, shape sometime, because the shape are not the same, even the anatomy are not the same. Some dogs are short, bulky. You're gonna find a lot of them in Georgia. They are very bulky dogs, short. They are not the best for livestock because they are heavy, especially for harsh terrain. Need dog like Kangal, long hair. The floating is the best, no doubt. Everybody can say that, oh, Armenian Gumber is like this. Armenian Gumber, there are different variety of those dogs. And many of those dogs are mixed with a modern Anatolian Shepherd. You're going to see the mastiff face of them. Hanging lips, sleepy eyes, dewlap, the neck. The dewlap is very developed in those. And some are archaic tape or the old tape. Dry body, dry skin, very agile dog, not so heavy. So I'm not to standard those breeds because they are not breed, they are landrace. The beauty of them will disappear if you create those. But they can create some very good line of them for sure. For example, Turks select Kangal. Those are originate from Aboriginal line, from are landrace dogs. The origin of them are Central Asia. They are very similar and share uh, genetic with Central Asian Shepherd dog, Kangal. It's proof. They test Akbash DNA, they test Kangal DNA. They thought that were the same dog. It's not the same dog. Kangal is more related to the European, Kafkas, Balkan. It's more related to that territory. The Kangal shape originated from Central Asia, closely related with Central Asian Shepherd dog. I'm talking about not modern day Alabai. I'm talking about dog like Sage Darmada, which are in Tajikistan, Kyrgyz Dobo. Those are local names in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakh Tibet in Kazakhstan, Afghan Kuching in Afghanistan, Uzbek Shepherd. So they come from the same pool of genetic, and Kangal come from them. But they select the best anatomy of the dog. So some Central Asian dogs are a little bit short in a body length. Kangal has the perfect body length. So when it comes to the floating, they float perfectly, especially when they chase, when they run. They have the best floating. It's not the best floating in Central Asia, Shepherd dog. They are more square. If you go from the front leg to the back legs, you have a square. Kangal, it's more long. So the floating for Kangal is the best. I'm not Turkish, I'm Albanian. So you have to make clear for that. Because some people gonna say, oh, he's Turkish, or he's sold to Turkish. Many they don't like me because I'm gonna tell the truth. And if you say the truth, you're gonna make a lot of enemy. And people don't dislike you for this. They think that Nagas in all in Georgia. No, go in Armenia, go in South, in Azerbaijan, come in Balkan, you're gonna find the same dogs. So those dogs you will not find only in Georgia. You're gonna not find only in Armenia. You're gonna not find only in Azerbaijan. You're gonna find those dogs even in Iran, Iraq too. You're gonna find those dogs in Central Asia too. They share the genetic with them because shepherd. You have to understand they migrate seasonally. FCI dog, for example, the shepherd in FCI dog, uh, they are not original dogs. I'm talking about Central Asian Shepherd dog, for example. They are not original or Landrace dog that you can find in Central Asia. They are not the real Shepherd dog, for example. They are modern dog. They start in Soviet Union. Was a big dog union, so they start there. They were in Red Star Canal. Caucasian Shepherd 2 was created in Red Star Canal 2. Was the biggest dog project. They last for many decades. They last long. The dog that come from the Soviet Union area, they were still working dog, but they spoil it. So, for example, Caucasian Shepherd and Central Asian Shepherd has three major. Uh, they come. The source dog come from the land race of Central Asia and Caucasus. They goes in the process of the Red Star canals. They standardize those breeds, and after they go and they change a lot. They select bad traits, they mix them with San Bernard. Some of them, especially the Caucasian Shepherd, they had San Bernard in their bloodline. So they are not original landrace dog of Kafkas. They took the Highlander, the long haired dog. But if you compare the Highlander that you're going to find in Kafkas, it's a different anatomy. It's completely different traits. It's not the same dog. They're athletic, the body conformation is correct. The modern Caucasian Shepherd dog, they have short legs, wide body, thick bone, like a mastiff, modern mastiff. not completely athletic. Those dogs cannot perform as a shepherd, especially in livestock. Central Asian Shepherd Dog too, or what people call Alabai. Alabai actually is a local name for Turkmen dog. So Alabai cannot gather all the Central Asian Shepherd in just one name. That's incorrect. Politically, technically, is completely incorrect. And those dogs were mixed with Saint Bernard. They were mixed with bulldogs too, with English bulldog. They will mix with bull mastiff. For example, many modern alibi today that are classifying FCI as a Central Asian Shepherd dog, they come from the fighting bloodline. And those dogs are mixed with other race, other breed, to increase the fighting ability in shepherd. Some people deny that, but that's a fact. Many dogs, for example, come from the famous Murat, was a famous fighter they use for dog fighting. Those and the grandfather of this dog from one line was a bull mastiff. So you understand this because they are not a police dog. So I just want to confirm what you say. The Red Star Army in the Red Star Kennel, they try not to change those dogs, to involve those dog in army. They try Central Asian Shepherd dog and Aboriginal Central and Aboriginal Caucasian Shepherd dog, but they failed it in follow the orders. Some dogs were good, some dogs were very awful for that. The reason they mix with other dogs, with a German Shepherd, with Saint Bernard, because those dogs get the commands from people more easily. That's why they mix in them. Yugoslavia, ex-Yugoslavia, did the same, copy, paste, the same, but a little bit not so long, not too many specialists like was in Red Star Kennel in Soviet Union. Yugoslavia, ex-Yugoslavia, did the same. So they create Caucasian ovcharka and they create Sharplaninak, which typically are the same dog in DNA, in everything. It's the same dog. The source where they took the dog were different. They took the dog here in Balkan from the mountain of Shar was the Highlander, the same Highlander, which is the same because those Highlander come from the Black Sea. We call the Black Sea territory dogs. In Turkey, they call Karadeniz or the Black Sea dog. Translate from Turkish. Karadeniz translate Black Sea dog. They took those dogs, they mix it, and they create Shraplaninac, which is, I'm gonna say, the cousin of Caucasian Shepherd dog. But if you compare the original Shraplaninac created in ex-Yugoslavia with Red Star, Caucasian Ovcharka, are the same anatomy, very same anatomy. In Yugoslavia, usually they don't crop the ears, but in Russia, they crop the ears. They prefer to crop the ears. But the dog was the same. Soviet Union took the dog from Kafkas. Ex-Yugoslavia took the dog in Balkan, in Shar Mountain. So I just give you a map how they did it. Because to let those dog not interbreed with other breeds was almost impossible to involve those dogs in army. Was almost impossible because the dog failed to get the command because those dogs are led by the natural instinct, so are predominant on them. It's like a wolf, half wolf, I was gonna say. That's why. The only way was to mix a little bit, but to have the traits of the shepherd. So they mix the first generation. The second generation, they use the female shepherd. So not to have too much change in anatomy, not to lose those shepherd traits, which are very valuable. That's why. But for example, modern Caucasian shepherd and modern Central Asian shepherd dog, they are not real shepherds. People should have to understand. They cannot let them in livestock. They are not good protective. They can be powerful dog, but they are not for livestock. They cannot follow the livestock when they graze in mountain because this dog is too heavy. They have bad anatomy because the breeder select mistake traits on them. They select and they breed and they select those mistake heavy dogs. They are dog show. They are not for performance. People should understand. They can say whatever they want about the original Kangal is one of the best, if not the best, in performance as a livestock guardian dog. People can say, some fanatic can say because they are from Central Asia, can be from Turkmenistan, can be from Uzbekistan, they say that, oh, our dog is the best. No, it's not. Or some Albanian guys will say that our dogs are the best. No, are not the best. They are very good livestock guardian dog. Kangal is as exception. Turkish are better breeder, and the traditional as a shepherd of them, it's 100,000 years ago. They came from Central Mats, so people have to understand them. And what Turkish, Turkish, for example, they didn't change Kangal a lot. They didn't change. They didn't mix, but they select the best anatomy. They stay in that anatomy. They didn't mix with other breeds. They didn't mix with other breeds. That's why it's a superior livestock guardian dog in performance, in extensive livestock.
What is your Be very
I
clear?
hope
What
I
is
was
your
clear in it.
position on Akbash dogs? What, they're just white versions of Kangals, or what? Are they a mix?
No, Akbash are not white Kangal. No, are not white Kangal. And they are not very close related in genetic too. Akbash is more close related in genetic with East European Shepherd dog, with a dog in North Caucasus, South Caucasus, and Southeast Europe, like Balkan territory. It's very close to those. Kangal is close related with the Landrace dog in Central Asia. So I'm gonna mention those countries. So you have Turkmenistan, because Kazakhstan is not correctly uh, geographic in Central Asia, but it's close to those, to Central Asia. So Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, uh, Afghanistan, so originate from those places. Where actually Proto-Turkish originate. So Proto-Turkish origin Kangal has closely related with those dogs, not too much with Akbash.
What is your just out of selfish reasons? Because I love Akbashes, because not many people understand them. What is your opinion on those dogs?
Very good, very good breed, very good, very good. One of the best shepherd. Turkish experts say that it's one of the best shepherd dog. very good in performance. They have very good floating like Kangal, very good floating like Kangal. A little bit more aggressive in traits. Akbash a little bit more aggressive than Kangal, but very good, very close to Kangal. I have many Turkish breeder, which are my friends. Very good working dog, high work ethic on them, solid dog for livestock, tough.
What is an Anatolian Shepherd?
Oh, there are two concepts in Anatolian Shepherd. There are Anatolian Shepherd as a group or Anatolian Shepherd as a breed. Because if you go back before Kangal to put the Kangal name, many dogs called it Anatolian Shepherd. And nowadays, those Anatolian Shepherds are those big, heavyweight dogs, huge, looks like Kangal with a black mask, so Karabash tape, heavy, muscular, uh, looks like mixed Great Danian. If you see with Shepherd, heavy, or with English Mastiff, which you have, for example, Malakli, Boss, Turkish Boss. Most of them come from fighting lines. Most of them are mixed dogs. So those heavy dogs usually they don't use for livestock. Very rare of them use for livestock, or some of them are mixed with Akbash or mixed with Kangal, so they give good performance. Some of them are great livestock guardian dogs, especially which come from those mix, but they are just exception. Not every dog can be good. That's why. So uh, most of the Turkish people breed those dogs and publish in YouTube, publish in other platform as the Kangal, but actually they are not Kangal. Kangal is not the biggest livestock guardian dog. It's not the strongest dog. Those are myths. They did put for this breed. Kangal weight 50 to 60 kilogram, and they are for the male 80 centimeter plus minus 2 centimeter to the withers. So they are not heavy dogs. They are not huge dog. They are not the strongest dog. But they publish those mixed hybrid Anatolian Shepherd as the Kangal. Those are very huge, really. Powerful dog. Very powerful dog. Really, they are very powerful dog. If you compare, for example, if they put those dog and they say that this is Kangal, this is very strong. Those dog are really strong dog. But they are not Kangal dog. They are not Kangal. Kangal range for male are 50 to 60 kilogram. This is the range of the weight. 75 to 80 centimeter. I have a debate with a lot of my fans in YouTube, and sometimes they fight with me with argument. And after they ask the breeder, and they say, yes, the dog is not Kangal. It's, for example, 70% Kangal, 30% Anatolian Shepherd. And they say, hey, Emiliano, you have right. Because they was fighting very aggressively with me with arguments. When I see the picture and I say, your dog is not Kangal. And they goes against me with anger. I say, if your dog is Kangal, why I have to deny that? I don't have no personal issue with you. Why I have to say something which is not true? But your dog is not Kangal, my friend. Must be something mixed with Anatolian Shepherd. And the breeder which are good breeder, for example, say the truth that yes, your dog is not Kangal, my friend. And they come and they be the most loyal subscriber of my channel. So that's I'm very happy. And I said they come, they say, hey, I'm sorry. I say no problem, no need to say sorry. I just tell the truth. You are very welcome. You understand that your dog is like this. I'm not here to misleading uh, other people. Are here to educate people. Why I have to lie? What I win with lie? I don't win nothing. I never lie for those truth. Yes, some people we're gonna hate. That's normal. Some people that go with nationalism, patriotism, they are too much dogmatic. They are not open minded. They think what they learn it's completely absolute true, but not, it's not like this. Uh, I'm gonna say something. If the Anatolian shepherd come from the fighting line, so those dogs come from the fighting line. Just one parent, for example, that has impact in all the flock. Usually they don't cooperate very well because they show up those fighting ability, the aggression toward each other. And that's why those dogs should not be very compatible with each other, should not compete because they compete usually for the hierarchy in pack, but should not compete too much, should not be so uh, aggressive, are not good because they're gonna create problem in livestock. And it's not one time; it will be often and often, and especially uh, it's not only for food. In the heat season, that's the most difficult part. The heat season. Usually, shepherds separate males from each other. Young male they tied, so they let only the best male, the mature male, which has the best traits, is like this, and allow them after 2 years old. So I have to mention, for example, some technical detail which I forget to say. Uh, for example, the livestock guardian dog, they don't have a controlled breeding in nature. So usually, if the female come in heat during the 6 months of age, they're gonna mix. But in that age, she's not an adult female. She's like a teenager, or I'm gonna say a teenager, which is not full developed, even in the body size. But even the reproductive tract, it's not developed completely. So they don't produce big puppy. They produce like a kitty. That's why. So that's why the livestock stay a little bit not so big, but they are very active and very productive in livestock. And it's better, for example, to do a breeding control in nature. So the male should not jump on the female when they are under 2 years old, and the female should not mix in the first or the second cycle, but after 1 years and a half, which give time to the female to full growth, to be not completely mature, but I'm gonna say physical mature, because mentally mature. But dogs get 3, 4 years old, depends. Some individual depend, but 3 years old is mentally mature for the dog. So this is very important to do a correct breeding in nature, just to catch those moments. Improve the livestock guardian dog. I'm talking about the Landrace. Improve them a lot. No need to mix with other breeds. No need to mix with other breeds. Just to use those shortcuts to increase the size or something like that. Big doesn't mean better. Not all the time. It's maybe beautiful for the eye visually, but in performance, it's not the best. But people are greedy. See huge dog
Mm.
and admire those huge dog. But how they perform, they don't know.
Right.
Because he can be aggressive towards human, but how it will be toward predators.
Yeah.
That's why.
Sometimes that's a sign of lack of confidence, right? You know.
Lack of confidence, fear, show because lack of confidence and fear. So we cover with aggressive that. They show that behavior to cover his lack of confidence, fear that we feel. That's why. It's overreaction mostly. It's like
So
overreact.
when the shepherd is walking the land and working his livestock, and then there's a predator or two amongst the flock, how do these Aboriginal dogs, how do they react from moment of noticing the threat to engagement? Can you kind of take us through how they work and um, what makes these types of dogs special on that level?
Uh, they react immediately when they sense the danger or the threat. So the first sign, the dog will see that it's not quiet. The dogs, it start to open the panic by barking a lot, being nervous. This is the first one. Being nervous, start to be overreact to the situation, bark. Every dogs will start to bark, and they gather together. Depend where the threat is located, and depend of what kind of threat. It's a wolf, it's a bear, it's a fox, or other predator. So depend. If it's huge predator like a bear, for example, usually they keep distance. They try to tired to go under the skin of the predator to make the predator nervous. They are not stupid. They don't go to fight. Some of them, the bravest one, make those mistakes and go to fight with bear, and they oh Zani, ulepak. And they get the prize when they do like this. When they don't think well and they go to attack the predator like bear. Usually with the wolf, the situation is different. They chase the wolf. If the wolf is one of them, they go all of them to chase. Most of the time, they don't catch the wolf. It's very fast. Or only the fastest dog, Akbash Kangal, can catch them. And usually the female. Female is more lighter. That's why. So they give advantage in floating and in running faster than males. Yes, they have physical interaction for sure with wild animals. You see many of my video that I post those. They show very brave stuff. Doesn't mean it's the best that the dog do, but they are dogs. They are animals. They are very brave. You need to be brave. It's very important to be brave against predator. It's very important. But sometimes they get into the trap. And the most bravest dog, if they follow the wolf for the distance and the other dog doesn't go with the bravest dog, it's very risky. The wolf can trap the dog, and they do many times. Two or three wolves stay in the distance, and one of them go as a bite, provoke the dog. The dog start to chase. They think that the wolf is scary, but in fact, this wolf want the dog to come in their trap, and they attack everything in every angle. And sometimes the end is fatal for those brave dogs. Sometimes they come back, luckily. Yes, many dogs survive. Many dogs are very powerful. But it's very rare. Those dogs are very powerful, very high instinct of fighting. And the wolf sometimes gets shocked by the dog reaction. That's why they give up. They don't go. They don't want to get injury. Wolf is smart. Wolf doesn't want to get injury. Because if you get injury, who's gonna cure the wolf? Brave dog doesn't think like that. Wolves are smarter.
How does the shepherd try to recall a dog that goes into a chase, or he just lets it go?
Depend. Shepherd can call, but depend if the dog will follow the order of that and The experience show that livestock guardian dog, Aboriginal, does not follow the order very well. They are hot blood. They go, and it's very difficult in some moment you to control the livestock guardian dog by just talking, yelling of them. It's very difficult. In difficult situation, it's very hard. They don't listen the shepherd. They don't listen the owner. They are like this. They are independent. I mentioned in the beginning one of their traits in temperament. It's independent. They have to understand that they are not pet. They are working dog, and it's made for one purpose. It's not made to be a pet, to train for them. Don't expect to go with a Kangal or with another livestock guardian dog outside and not to have a troubles, not to involve in trouble sometimes. So, and especially with a heavy dog, you don't have control of them. So they are not to go for walking or to expose to your friend, look, or to go in the dog park. You cannot go in dog park with those dogs. That's to be honest. Many people ask about to buy a dog. I say don't buy the dog. You don't have the right territory. You don't have the right condition to have those dogs. Why you have to buy? Because you have money, doesn't matter. I will not sell you this dog because tomorrow it's you gonna complain. You're gonna go in jail. And imagine in America, which everybody sue you for nothing, even if they fall near to your home because of the snow, they're gonna sue you. Why you didn't clear in the snow? That's why. I have to leave. I'm not sure if you are agree with this or not. We can continue the podcast second part. What do you think?
Absolutely, I appreciate it. We got plenty. We got plenty to work with, and then
Uh-huh. We
we'll do
can
another
have
one. Yeah,
plenty of them. We can we can have a more
yeah.
better in better place.
Thank you to our generous sponsors, Mark and Perla Lambert, for supporting this video. Your contribution helps us continue to create valuable content for our audience. Please show your support to their YouTube channel, Jesus Answers Prayer, and tell them you heard about them from the Bulldog Social Club. If you're interested in sponsoring future episodes, please feel free to reach out. We'd love to collaborate with you. My email and phone number is listed in the description section of this video.
Jesus Answers Prayers is a multi-platform ministry in both English and Spanish. Our mission is twofold. First is evangelism. We have the gospel presentation videos to help reach the lost and explain the basics of the gospel. The links can be found at the end of every video produced by this ministry. They also help in aiding the Christian in evangelism. Second is the education for the Christian community. God's word is very important to know. God doesn't speak in an audible voice to us, but he does speak through his word. If we don't read his word, then we can miss out. So knowing is important. And if you're anything like me, it can be hard to understand particular chapters and their meanings. So it's nice to have that commentary to help grow in the understanding of God's word. If you want to grow in your understanding of Scripture, then you can find the Bible, a work in progress, book by book, chapter by chapter, with a corresponding Matthew Henry commentary. God bless and see you there.
Jesús responde. Oraciones. Es un ministerio multiplataforma, tanto en inglés como en español. Nuestra misión es doble. La primera es la evangelización. Tenemos los videos de presentación del Evangelio para ayudar a alcanzar a los perdidos y explicar los conceptos básicos del Evangelio. Los enlaces se pueden encontrar al final de cada video producido por este ministerio. También ayudan al cristiano en la evangelización. En segundo lugar, está la educación para la comunidad cristiana. Es muy importante conocer la palabra de Dios. Dios no nos habla en voz audible, pero sí a través de su palabra. Si no leemos su palabra, entonces podemos perdernos. Entonces, saber es importante y, si eres como yo, puede resultar difícil comprender capítulos concretos y sus significados. Por eso es bueno tener ese comentario para ayudar a crecer en la comprensión de la palabra de Dios. Si desea aumentar su comprensión de las Escrituras, puede encontrar la Biblia, un trabajo en progreso, libro por libro, capítulo por capítulo, con el correspondiente comentario de Matthew Henry. Dios los bendiga y nos vemos allí.